want to maintain control. And that's the thing, is it, you know, it's a listening appointment, but we don't want to give off the impression that we just let the homeowners control everything that happens. It is critically important that as program representatives, that we are servant leaders, that we actually lead them, which means we have to take control right out of the gate. So one thing that everyone can keep in mind that would help them and help everyone determine whether or who's in control in any kind of conversation. Whoever's asking the questions, whoever's asking them is the one that's in control, right?
Right.
And I've noticed with you, is just in interacting in the office space or whatever, that your natural instincts is to immediately go to asking questions. And that puts you in the driver's seat. And so it allows you to lead them where to go. And by listening, it allows you to understand their situation. It's like you're not ready, fire, aim. Right?
Yes.
It's ready, aim. The aiming process is listening to understand what's going on here, right? And then there's something that happens to that listening process, right? When connections are made where you know now, okay, I got it. I understand the situation. I know how to approach this at this point. And not only do you know, but because you've asked questions, you've listened, you've followed up, you've restated, they know that you know too. And you don't even have to speak it, it's just understood. And then at that point, you push the button, their hand goes up. They'll follow whatever it is that you advise or recommend for them. Because I found that you talked earlier about, you don't tell them what to do. But if you provide a recommendation after you've established the right kind of credibility,
you guide them, you don't tell them.
You guide them, that's right. You can provide some education, some information, advise, but even sometimes in the advising process, asking questions is a good way to help them to go through that. So I just want to make the point that asking those questions is really important. Another way you can look at it is who's doing most of the talking, because whoever's doing most of the talking is the one that's not in control. And you know, as salespeople, the tendency is to talk, right?
And I do it well.
Yeah, and so do I. And so I have to learn to, like I've seen you on a video, do that little motion.
My husband does that. It's me, that's why I use it.
That's enough. With these homeowners, they want to tell their story, don't they?
They do.
They're dying to tell it.
It's critical to them. To be honest,
therapy, isn't it?
Yes, it is Psyche 101 in my opinion.
And I cringe when I hear agents and brokers say something like this, and it's too common. All they want to do is tell me their story, and I don't have time.
Doesn't that just put hairs just up?
Yeah, and they're the ones that are frustrated because they're not able to, quote, convert. And I think, well, you're missing it. You're missing it, man. You've got to engage. You can't afford not to listen if you're going to really be the solution for them. And if you really want to, I mean, you know, you cut through the chase. We're not a non-profit organization, okay? We're all out there to make money and to make a profit. However, understanding how to approach it and go about it to maximize that it's almost, you know, you lose yourself and you find yourself, right? You forget about, lose yourself and lose the commissions, and all of a sudden what you're going to find is you're going to find a lot of commissions and a lot of money. It's just going to be a natural byproduct of just caring about people and approaching it this way. So these are very critical parts of when you call someone back, that after you've introduced it, you start with a question. Now sometimes they'll ask a question, okay? And it's important to, you know, give them a little bit of information, but as soon, you know, you've got to look for that opening to immediately start asking a question back in return. So you can start down the path of leading them by the questions they ask. So you ask them the question, you know, why did you call? Which is a great question, all right? Because now they're selling themselves on the program.
Exactly.
Right? And you're not having to.
Right.
It's the most powerful way to sell. Why did you call?